Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome back to another episode of Lumber and Loggers presented by Draft Day Sports. A couple of guys talking about two of America's favorite pastimes, beer and baseball. My name is Pat, and with me tonight I have
CJ. Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode, guys. We're going to be catching up on what's going on around the league and giving you some laying the lumber nominees. Oop. Nice try, Ellie. Nice try. Leads the league in errors. The worst. Cardinals are currently playing, and they are, what did I see today? A 0.01% chance of making playoffs, so it's over. Basically watching for the prospects, which is one of the cool things about September baseball.
Yeah.
You get to see the call-ups.
Yeah, get to see a lot of those rookies that didn't quite get the call up for the year. They just kind of get them up, get them reps, because I think AAA baseball stops in August, or stops at the end of August.
I think so. Yeah, I think when
I'm not mistaken.
When call-ups happen. That sounds right.
Yeah, so they expand the rosters, and you can call up more people, and you get to see, like, who'd we get? Sagase?
Sagase. It's Sagase. Thomas Sagase. We traded for, got him in the trade back from Jack Flaherty to the Orioles, and he's been tearing it up in the minors. A couple other, like Dylan Cruz got called up for the Nationals. He's one of the top prospects. So it's.
I have his card, I think.
It's a cool time of year for sure, because I mean you got to have something to look forward to. Like I said, I'm watching Cardinal baseball now to watch Jordan Walker play, Mason Wynn, and we'll see what Sagase has here. But there's no hope, and you can tell by the stands there's nobody at the game. So, but yeah. So getting off of the Cardinals game, Sagase just struck out. All right.
What a bum! I jinxed him.
Bench him. Send him down. Speaking of what's going on around the league, CJ, why don't you give us some news?
All right, so not too much craziness. Right now, we're just we kind of know who those playoff teams are, right? So there's nothing crazy really going on. No one's coming back from injuries. But a pitcher from Toronto, Bowden Francis, last week had 2 starts, and both took no-nos into the 9th inning.
That's crazy.
And they both got broken up in the 9th inning.
I mean, that sucks, but that's so impressive at the same time.
That's crazy to have the stamina in a week to do that.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, back in the old days, you go out there, you pitch every day,
Yeah, you pitch till your arm falls off.
Pretty much. They didn't care about your UCLs, right? You just don't have them, and then your arm just falls off. Wasn't there a pitcher that didn't have one?
I sent that to you. That was R.A. Dickey.
Yeah.
R.A. Dickey didn't have a UCL,
yes.
And it made teams stay away from him in the draft. And then they actually...
But why?
Toronto? Was it Toronto or the Mets? I think the Mets gave him a chance. And
Toronto gave him a chance.
Was it Toronto gave him a chance, and then he went to the Mets?
Okay. Yeah. He was most dominant on the Mets.
But, so they actually liked the fact that he didn't have a UCL because that meant he couldn't get Tommy John. But because he didn't have a UCL, he mastered the knuckleball. So, pretty cool.
He threw the fastest knuckleball, like 82 miles an hour.
Which is crazy to think that's the fastest pitch. But when it comes to knuckleballs, they're usually in what, like the 60s? 70s?
Even lower sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wakefield threw like a 55, I think.
That's like position players coming in there and throwing lollipops. That's funny.
Yeah,
and then we have Shohei Ohtani. He is chasing the 50-50 club. Right now he has 46 home runs, 47 stolen bases. I think he'll definitely get the 50 stolen bases. The question is, will he get the 50 home runs? I think that's a little bit harder to do.
Yeah, I mean, he only needs 4 in how many games? Like 3 weeks of games? I feel like that's pretty doable. It's only
there's 18 games left. At least for the Cardinals, there's 18 games left because there's 72 and 72.
So that's like one. It's like 1 every 4 games. That's doable. That's crazy, man. He's so good. MVP, baby. I might as well just put that a lock in there for my season picks.
Yeah, because I think yeah, Acuna was my choice, and he got hurt. So Diamondbacks have played
Acuna.
145. So they have 17 games left. So he has 17 games to hit 4 home runs and get 3 stolen bases. Yeah, it's
Easy.
absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. For sure.
That's sick. 50.
And he's a DH, which is crazy. That's absolutely wild because they're not DH.
Wait till next year when he pitches and has 20 wins and hits 50 home runs. It's going to be the
Now, he's
2050
always been a pretty
club.
good hitter, but with him not pitching this year, he really got to focus on hitting. Do you think going back to hitting or going back to pitching will bring down his hitting a little? I mean, he's been good.
That's true. That's got to be a crazy amount of
maintain
work.
both.
Because you got to think, like all the fielders, right? You focus on fielding and hitting.
Yeah.
Right? But as a pitcher, you focus on pitching, fielding, and because he's DH, hitting. Right? Like, that's crazy, man. So, like, imagine the reps in the cage and then the reps in, like, on the mound just throwing.
That's
like,
a lot of work.
Holy shit,
That's a lot
man.
of work. And you don't get a...
Well, that's what you get.
Yeah, that's true.
60 mil.
Does he hit on days that he pitches, or is he strictly a pitcher on those days? Okay.
I think he's strictly a pitcher.
I would hope
on
so.
those days.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of energy.
It'd be like back in the old day when there was not a DH in the NL.
Oh, could you imagine right now? He'd be the ultimate weapon
He'd
in the
be
NL.
like Waino or Bumgarner on steroids. Yeah.
That'd be nuts. I kind of wish we saw that, but I mean, we do because he's DH.
Okay.
But yes, that's the news. Nothing too crazy
So that's it for
this
news.
week.
And I have a beer tonight, and we actually went to an Oktoberfest on Saturday. Had some Oktoberfest beers, some Marzens. Is that right? Are they called Marzens?
Marzens.
But this is another Warsteiner. So this is the last of the Warsteiners from the variety pack that I had. This is a German Pilsner from Warsteiner.
That's going to be good. That's probably going to be pretty fresh.
It's really
crisp.
cold. Damn. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good. Okay. All right.
that's what we like. Good pilsner. Simple,
keep it simple.
pilsner is always good.
All right. So let's get into our hot and cold trends, CJ. Let's start off with the Guardians. So the Guardians are 7-3 in their last 10. They have won 3 in a row, and they are starting to try and separate a little bit from the pack of the AL Central. They're 4 games ahead of the Royals right now, 6.5 ahead of the Twins. So they've been in first place, I think, for the majority of the season, but it's been a neck and neck race between the top 3 teams there for the most part, but it's been par for the course. I think they've all been very good this year. They've all been over 500, so it's been but it's been pretty much the Guardians at the top, and right now, if they keep at that pace, they will seal it away for sure and win the AL Central.
Look at the White
They're really
Sox. Ugh. It's so awful to look at. No team. Actually, Colorado's almost got the 100 loss mark. Oh, and Miami.
I feel bad for Skip Schumacher. He's had a rough year.
Well, he had a good year last year, so he'll get over it. So I went with the Fightin' Phillies. They are pulling away, like as you say, and that's hard to do right now against the Mets because the Mets are on fire, but so are they. Phillies have come into September 8-2, last 10 games, just swept. Who did they just sweep? Was it the Royals?
Okay,
Rays.
Say the Royals
Sorry.
are pretty good.
Yeah, just swept the Rays, which is Rays are under, but still, like, a sweep's a sweep. If you sweep a team that's not named the White Sox, it's a pretty good sweep. Yeah, they're just running away with it, and they now have the best record in baseball by at least 2 games, 2.5 to be exact, actually. So they are, man, they are just, I don't know. Like, I get their team is good, but like the team that's also surprised me is the Mets. Mets are 80 and 66.
And
they're 8-2 in their last
currently
10.
locking down the last NL wildcard spot. And you have the Braves. Basically, the Braves and the Cubs are the only ones that have a chance. They're looking in. Braves have been faltering. They're 5-5 in their last 10, and the Cubs are 6-4 in their last 10. But they're 4.5 games back of the Mets. They're going to have a hard time catching them here in the last couple of weeks of the season.
Freaking Cubs.
Yeah, it's really embarrassing.
That's what's embarrassing is Marlins are 34 games back of the Phillies, right? Like Phillies best team in the record, best team in the league. Miami Marlins are 34 games back. The White Sox, so the Guardians are 4 games lower than the Phillies. White Sox are 51 and a half games back. 45 out of the
you figure the White Sox have won 21 less games than the Marlins. So, and the Marlins are the worst team in the NL.
That's minus 311 run differential. God, this has to be. I mean, Colorado's bad too, but damn, dude. I've never seen anything like this. This is blowing my mind. I don't think I've ever seen such a bad team.
Really bad. It's really bad. I don't even know if you get like a top prospect in there. I don't think it really helps that much. You know, like
you need a few top prospects. Now to one of the hotter teams over the past like month and a half, really 2 months, ever since the All-Star break, right? It's been the Astros. So my laying the lumber today is Jose Altuve, the little guy. He's got 5 games played, batting .545, 12 hits, 4 doubles, a home run, 5 ribbies, and a 1.64 OPS. He is what we would call laying the lumber.
He's definitely putting the bat on the ball. Very impressive.
Little Dustin Pedroia 2.0.
My laying the lumber nominee strictly comes from one game. He went 3 for 4.
Crazy.
He had 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. Pavin Smith from the Arizona Diamondbacks was absolutely crushing the ball. I think he had a grand slam, a solo shot, and a 3-run shot to get those 8 RBIs. So, yeah, he had a really good day. Was locked in at the plate. He was definitely laying the lumber against the Rangers. So that was my laying the lumber nominee. Arizona continues to be very hot. The Diamondbacks are rolling. Smith was a big part of that for one game, but Eugenio Suarez, he's been tearing it up. He's a 1.64 OPS.
So Diamondbacks are going to have a chance to possibly defend their title.
They lost to the Rangers, and the Rangers aren't making. I don't know. You keep getting that mixed up where the Diamondbacks won. I don't know how, but you do.
I do. I think it's maybe because like I hoped they won or something. I don't know. Well, maybe what if they make it again? What if they make back to back?
The Buffalo Bills, and they make it to 4 straight and lose every time.
That'd be impressive. I would have to like take analysts and look at who their team is, because like, I mean, let me look at their team. They just pooped on the Rangers.
Well, Corbin Carroll was a big part of it last year when his Rookie of the Year campaign. He has been having a down year compared to last year. I know Suarez has been a big part of it for them. Yep.
Kelte Marte, a second baseman hitting 31 home runs.
I really do. Like in this league, nobody cares about like defense. You have a bunch of third basemen that get moved to second base because they want their bats in the lineup. I don't know. It's not like the old days.
Okay, Mr. Negativity.
Baseball,
So they got Ketel, Marte, Eugenio Suarez, Christian Walker. I know that. Young Jacques. Corbin Carroll, Lourdes Gurriel, Randall Grichuk. Oh, my. Oh, he's
a right-handed specialist.
279.
I think he goes in against lefties. He platoons.
Yeah, his position is X.
Yeah. DH,
Whatever
I
that
guess.
means.
I don't know.
Oh, your Pobbin Smith is a first baseman. So he would only play
I
if
guess.
Christian Walker's resting.
Um,
Yeah, he's only been in 46 games. Dude,
Yeah,
he did that in one game.
Yeah.
That's
Wild.
nuts. I don't know how I missed that.
I think I watched that game, actually. I turned it.
Oh,
I don't know. There was nothing on or something, so I turned it on.
Jordan Montgomery got a
That's
save?
freaking weird.
Yeah, that Jordan Montgomery. Why did we ever let him go?
Because we're stupid,
man?
and we were like, oh, well, we'll just bring in.
I mean, he's pitching. He's got a 6.25 ERA this year.
We traded him away at the deadline because we sucked last year, and we like to bring in other old terrible pitchers. So, you can't even blame the pitching this year. It's the offense that's been the issue. It's all Goldschmidt and Arenado sucking. All right.
Well, you don't expect them to be MVP.
No, I don't
candidates
expect
year
that,
out
but
as
I
they're
expect them to
getting
produce
older.
according to how much we're paying them. I mean, they're both making over $20 million a year. Like, they need to be producing. Almost 30. I think
quit
the
being
only
bums.
reason I think Arenado gets paid 35, but we only pay like 28 of it or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I know Goldie's come on here at the end. I'll be curious to see what happens. Free agency this offseason is going to be kind of wild with, the whole Juan Soto sweepstakes, seeing where he goes. I would put money on that he stays in New York, but it could be the Mets instead of the Yankees. I don't know. We'll see. God, I hope
Dodgers.
not. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But
I might become a D-back
I mean, I like the way they run their organization. It's pretty solid.
They could catch the
absolutely
Dodgers.
could. What are they?
Dodgers lost 2 in a row. They're only 4.5 back.
Yeah, then they absolutely could. Yeah, they were, and the
Yeah.
Padres too. The Padres should be sneaking up on the Dodgers too. Yeah, I mean Padres and
they're right there,
Diamondbacks have the same record, so they could be. Yeah, they've been creeping up on them because the Dodgers haven't been quite as dominant. But they had such a large lead. It's going to make it hard to catch them. But anything can happen in October baseball too. You just got to get in. You just got to get into the dance, and that's all that matters. So.
True. Get hot, right time. Now, if I wanted to check out some baseball this week, which game
I would
you
suggest watching
suggest?
football, because it's football season now. And if you are interested in football, you can always check out Draft Day Sports. It's our parent channel discussing football bets, fantasy. CJ had waiver wire
Hello,
pickups
fantasy.
this
Waiver
week,
wire?
so you can. Well, yeah,
So
it's week
many.
one.
So many.
All these guys are exploding onto the scene, right? But yeah, if you like a little bit of football and your season is over, like the Cardinals, you can go watch football and check out Draft Day Sports for some football content. But if you are a glutton for punishment and want to watch some baseball, you can watch it on ESPN on Sunday night.
There's good baseball
What?
out there. Right now is the time where the Cardinals are pretty much going to be out of the playoffs, which is weird to me, but I'm getting used to it in the last years. But this is the time I
that's
just wait
kinda-
till playoff baseball.
I feel like
honestly,
right now is the lull, and then come October, whenever playoffs start, it's going to get exciting again. So, because even like the wild card races are getting narrowed down. They're not as tight as they were. So, excuse me.
There
Yes,
are
there
some
are.
good
You got
matchups
the
coming up
Dodgers
here.
and Braves, which is a meh matchup, but it's the Dodgers. So you got Walker Buehler going against Charlie Morton on Sunday on ESPN.
and
Yeah, you can watch Shohei
Ohtani.
chase the 50-50 club.
Oh,
There's
maybe
a
I
nice
will
single
watch
by
that.
Siani. Very nice.
Give me a run, bottom eighth. Come
Then
on,
you
baby, give me that
got
win.
Phillies and Brewers, which that's a big game because that could be a playoff. That could be an NL championship preview. The Phillies and Brewers, two of the most consistent teams in baseball this season. The Brewers have been good, and the Phillies have been good all season long. And that'll be on TBS on Tuesday, and that is Zach Wheeler versus Frankie Montas.
Remember that time at the beginning of the year, and I said Brewers are going to win the division, and you were like,
yeah, because I'm a true fan.
Traitor.
No matter how bad they are. Yeah, well,
I'm a realist.
maybe I should
I'm
have
a
been a realist
realist.
and my bet might have hit. It wouldn't have, though, because the Braves suck, too. All right, so then on Wednesday, you have the Yankees and Mariners. You have Heel against Bryce Miller. Two of the better pitchers
Heel.
this season. I know Heel's not been as dominant lately, but Bryce Miller has been pretty consistent and pretty good all season. And then on Thursday on Fox, if you're not watching football, you can watch the Phillies and Mets. And that will be a good series.
That's a good series.
I don't like the Mets are 8 games back. They really don't. I mean, if they sweep them, they sweep them, that'll cut it down to
right. I mean, if they're playing Thursday, that
could be
a
4-game series. What is that?
Is that?
No, you look.
No, I'm gonna look. Oh, I'm looking. Schedule. Oh, let's see here. Phillies is a. Wait, you sure they play on Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh, next Thursday. Oh, they played the Phillies this
wow.
weekend too. So yeah, it is a 4-game set. So if they sweep, if they go, so they're playing 7 games. If they can somehow go 6-1, that makes that race much more interesting.
And that'd be crazy to see. Because, I mean, we wrote the Mets off at the beginning of the season. They had really struggled at the beginning of the season, and they got the ship right. Right the ship. Yeah, I don't know. They got the ship on the right course, which is like, that's what, when your team comes out slow, I mean, look at the Astros, too. The Astros were the same way. Astros came out real slow. People were really concerned.
Wrote them off.
And they turned it on at the right time.
Ew, dude. Mets have a tough schedule. At Philly for 3 games, Washington for 3, home against Philly for 4, and then on the road to finish it, Atlanta.
Yeah,
the Brewers.
Yeah, that is a tough schedule. But if they can take, so that's 7 games, 5-2. If they go 5-2 against the Phillies here in the next couple of weeks,
that only give them 3 games though. They need to go 6-1. They need to get 5 games back.
Right, well, that'll be definitely, that's a race to watch because, I mean, at this point, I think the Mets basically have smoked. Nope, they missed them. No.
Did we win?
Siani stole second. I don't think it's a steal because the catcher, it was a bad throw. The catcher threw it in the dirt. So I don't think, is that still a steal?
It still should be a steal as long as there was a throw attempt.
What's the ruling?
As long as there's an attempted throw out, it is a steal
okay.
if he gets there safely. Yep. I mean, it could be technically an error if it's like a completely errant throw. I think, it would be an error. I don't know if they would still count that as a stolen base or not.
So the throw was in the dirt and it went to the outfield. Is that an errant throw? Interesting.
That's close. That may be. But yeah, but I know like if they don't even make an attempt, they don't count it as a stolen base.
Yeah, it's like
just like an advance, I think.
I forget what they called that. Mason struck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a dick.
All right, so
any points?
my beer tonight, CJ.
Yeah.
German Pilsner was really good. I might actually go have another one because I was very impressed. It was very good. For a Pilsner, it's probably the best thing in the variety pack for sure. It's a very good Pilsner. I like it a lot. It's very good. So I will
okay.
Yeah, I'll give it a good double.
Double?
It's a good double for sure. I like it.
I mean, for a Pilsner to be anything more than a double, I feel like it's going to be the best Pilsner in the world.
Miller Lite's a Pilsner, right? Yeah, so I mean, it's just like your generic beer for the most part, but it's very good. Let's see. We already did CJ's umpire corner. All right.
Yeah, man,
well,
we're
thank
good.
you, everybody, for listening tonight. We are Lumber and Loggers, presented by Draft Day Sports. You can find us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and X at Lumber and Loggers, all one word. There's no ampersand. The and is spelled out. And we will see you tomorrow night.
Peace.